It's been roughly 6 months since the last time I played Hearthstone, and coincidentally it's been more or less 6 months since the last time I punched a window. But the other day, while I was asleep in bed, I had a dream so vivid that I could not tell that it wasn't real. A fellow by the name of Green Jesus appeared in front of me, and he said, "Tetrahedron, you have forsaken your destiny." And I cowered in shame because I knew he spoke the truth. But then he said, "Fear not, for there exists a path to redemption." And then I saw before me, fully formed in my mind's eye, the best, worst Hearthstone deck imaginable. And I'm going to show it to you today. It's called Thunder, a Shaman deck. And the basic premise is that we're only going to be playing cards that have overload. We're going to be going full ham on the overload mechanic. Why, you might ask? Because lightning is demonstrably the most badass of nature's phenomena. Right, so let's get this show on the road. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, Tetrahedron, a deck that's made only out of overload cards sounds pretty bad, but I think you can do better. And it turns out you're right. We're going to be putting in all the overload cards in the game that I have, but none of the overload synergy cards. That's right, it just got real. Okay, playing wild, because A, there are more overload cards, and B, I goddamn crafted Neptulon. I'm going to get some fucking value out of him. So let's see what we have here. Yep, Dust Devil seems good. Fork Lightning, no Tunnel Trog, Ancestral Knowledge, Crackle, etc., etc. Good, good, good. Very good. No Lava Shocks, none of that nonsense. Stormforged Axe. Totem Golem. It's a pretty good card, but it's only useful if you don't play it on curve. Right? You see, it has the Overload 1. So, of course, if you play it on turn 2, then you're missing 1 mana on turn 3. And because turn 3 is, in terms of tempo, the most important turn in Hearthstone, because this game is made by a bunch of mongoloids, you actually just can't win if you only have 2 mana on turn 3, without fail. So it's very important that you only play Totem Golems on like turn 6, turn 7, somewhere around there. But moving on, we also have ourselves Elemental Destruction, Feral Spirits, yes, very good. All excellent cards with very nice lightning-y animations and such. Flame Wreath, Faceless, once again, just too much of a tempo loss. Have to play it on at least turn 8. Preferably turn 9. Sylvan, Spirit Walker, Neptulon, good. So now you'll see that there are, in fact, 2 open slots. The first one, as I'm sure you've guessed, belongs to Cthulhu, and he is in this deck for 2 reasons. First of all, because this pun is just too good. It's a Cthulhu pun, or a Cthun, if you will. And in addition to that, the main problem with Cthulhu is that your opponent always knows when he's coming because of all of these synergy cards and whatnot. They do the little animation thing and he appears in the bottom left corner, so your opponent is always prepared for the problem. So we're going to be playing around that by not having any indication that Cthulhu is actually in the deck. We're just going to slap him down on turn 10 with 6 attack. It's going to deal 6 damage to the enemy minions or whatever, and he's going to be so surprised that he's going to have a brain aneurysm. So we'll win the game. Obviously, I've thought these strats through in great detail. One more card to add to the deck. Since we have used up all the overload cards, we will be adding Mistcaller, because he has a pretty sweet lightning animation, and also because I crafted this motherfucker, and by God am I going to use him in a deck that works one day. So let's have hope for that. Right, time to get this show on the road. Now, as per usual, it's very important that we never ever play casual. Always play ranked. Don't play casual, because I'm not a filthy fucking casual. That's right, I play Dwarf Fortress at least 6 hours every day without graphics. I've also never lied a single time in my life. Just throwing that out there for no reason. Okay, It's a hunter. Okay. Wait a second. I chose the wrong deck. God damn it, this isn't Cathunda. What is this? This is such fucking shitty homebrewed Reno Shadow Priest. No, I don't have time for this. Well, congratulations, Lorena. You get a free win. I hope it's your goddamn birthday. This is the worst thing ever. Fucking hunters. Anyway, I don't have time to smash his face into oblivion. Because that definitely would work with my shitty homebrewed Reno Priest deck or whatever. Yeah, see, there's the problem. I didn't click on the wild button. You know what? Blizzard was right. This interface is confusing. It's a massive problem if you ask me that they added an extra 9 deck slots, because as a new player, I'm just completely overwhelmed and have no idea what I'm doing. Look at all of these branches and shit. Like, what am I supposed to think of this if this is my first time playing Hearthstone? I'm going to be confused and overwhelmed, and I'm going to stop playing and giving Blizzard all of my hard-earned daddy credit card money. Yeah, so definitely terrible design choice. But I'm pretty sure we've chosen the correct deck this time. So there'll be no free win hunters. Did I go down or... No. I just haven't ranked up in Wild. I was almost amazed for a second. I mean, I know I'm bad at this game, but I didn't think I was bad enough to be able to drop below rank 25. Anyway, so you'll notice that I threw back the Flame Wreath Faceless. As I said, definitely can't play that before turn 8. So we've got a pretty good opening hand over here. As you can see, well, I hope you're prepared for the value, because here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to play the Dust Devil. Then I'm going to coin out the Lightning Bolt and hit him in the face. So not only do we gain the benefit of frightening the pants off of this Mexicanos fellow, but also we are gaining unprecedented value, because I overloaded a grand total of 3 on that turn, but I'm only going to have 2 mana crystals on turn 2. So take that, Blizzard. Hashtag outfoxed. And it seems that I have been hard countered by the fact that the mage class is just better, but it's fine. We'll just pass turn 2. We have a pretty sick play on turn 3. Maybe Mexicanos will not realize that I in fact have no mana crystals, but we'll rather just assume that I'm an insane badass with no regard for my own safety. So let's whip out a cheeky Stormforged axe, kill off this filthy stealth Worgen infiltrator or whatever. Well played. Well, thank you, Mexicanos. It's clear to me that he has realized that he has met his match. And Shazam! Stormcrack. Lightning, motherfucker. You know what's really difficult to kill on turn 4? Is Water Elemental, if you only have a weapon. But lucky for us, we have lightning. So, you'll notice that we have the Flame Wreath Faceless on curve. Terrible idea to play it now. Just absolutely abysmal plan. If I were to play it, I would hit turn 6 with 2 overloaded mana crystals, and then I would be able to play only a Fire God Destroyer, and then where would I be? Whereas with this strategy, I can just go ahead and play the Fire God Destroyer right away. And then next turn... You know what, next turn, I think I'm just going to summon a totem, because then I can play Neptulon on curve. Gah! The counterplays! I wish I had foreseen this eventuality. Well, this is the strangest aggro deck I've ever seen. It must be some kind of new player who went onto Hearthstone and typed in cheap, easy wins and discovered something like this. So as I said, we can't really afford to play anything this turn, because it's imperative to the strategy of this deck that we play Neptulon on turn 7. So I'm going to be holding off on the Feral Spirits. We're just going to hope that he doesn't have a Fireball. Fireball. Because, you know, a mage always has Fireball. But not this time, apparently. Does he have something else? Or is he BMing me? So I'm just going to assume that he didn't have lethal. No, that's a lie. I'm going to assume that he had lethal and missed it by mistake. Hence why he said whoops. That is the only logical conclusion to draw. So now it looks like we're in a bit of a sticky situation. You can see he has quite a bit of damage on the board, and I'm on 1 life. But I'm going to play Neptulon, and then he might win the game, technically speaking. Holy shit, he gave us a Murloc Tinefin. Have you ever seen such value? That's 8 mana's worth of stats, plus 3 card draw for 10 mana. And surely one must contemplate what could possibly be going through the mind of Mexicanos at this point in time. Which is probably, you know, what seems most probable to me is that the cognitive part of his brain, which is like, what's it called, the prefrontal cortex or something, has shut down through overexposure to pure unadulterated destiny. So his lizard brain took over on autopilot and simply just played the cards that were in his hand much in the manner of a bot or something like that, thereby causing him to win the game. It's no good winning the game, though, when you lose the capacity for sapient thought. So, all in all, I think we can retire this deck and consider this to be a resounding success.